Okay, so that's it. I don't know how well that worked out, but it will give you an idea of the interaction that I have with the students for my classes. It's not the best setup and certainly not the most professional, but it really just goes to show you that anybody can do this. If you just have fun with the kids and anybody can do this. The teaching part is pretty simple. It's it doesn't take a degree in education to be able to do this. You just have to be able to understand what the lessons are wanting you to teach, and they give you a lot of really good instructions, so it's not a mystery. And then you have to be able to just deliver the content in a way that a child who doesn't speak this language as their native language could understand. And trying to break that down for them. And again, you don't have to have a degree in all of this to be able to do it, but there are certain techniques like the TPR. And with younger children, it can be a little more challenging because they really don't understand much English at all. So you have to use very basic instructions, and you have to be very clear, and you can't use too many words in your sentences when you're talking to the younger children. But that gives you a really good idea of just what I do, and it is now 6:24 in the morning, and I'm finished with my classes. So what I will usually do here is sometimes I will have feedback that I have to give, and when I do, it pops up here. I don't know if you can see. Let me turn my screen down. Okay, so when I have to give feedback, it'll automatically prompt it on the screen. So this is my feedback screen here, and I have to go in here and mark whether the students were absent or present, and then just mark their difficulty level for that lesson. And for everybody today, I think this was a pretty easy lesson. So I'll just hit easy, and then I'll hit submit, and then I go back to my main screen. And then it'll ask me to do a little bit more in-depth feedback for the students, and so I'll go in there and I'll do that, and you have a time frame that you have to complete that in for your students. It's not difficult, but it's our way of being able to give them feedback on how they did in the lesson, and then their parents can see how they're doing, and it really helps everybody to be able to understand. And sometimes you will get feedback as a teacher too. I've only gotten one or two feedback from the teacher or from the students' parents. And somebody suggested that I have more in my background, do a more interesting background. But, like I said, they don't require that we make it, all like a classroom. I mean, this is my kitchen, my dining room, and I live in a small apartment, so I don't have a separate room or an office that I can decorate as my classroom. If I did, that would be great, but I have 4 kids, and unfortunately, I just don't have the space to be able to dedicate a room to it, so I just make it work wherever I am and whatever I have available. So having the extra space to be able to create a classroom environment is just not feasible for me, and it's not a requirement for the company to do that either. So I'm going to go in and do my feedback now, and maybe have a little bit of breakfast before I wake up the kids to get them ready for school, and then go about my day. I usually work, because I work at CarMax, so I work in the evening. So I usually go to work around 11 in the morning. I think today I have to go in at 10. So I will drop the kids off at school, and then I'll come back home and get ready for work, and then go to work, and then come home at 7, 8, sometimes as late as 9 o'clock, have a little bit of dinner, have my glass of wine, and then go to bed and do it all over again. I teach 7 days a week, and Sundays are usually when I will do my trial classes. If I have trial classes, they're usually on Sundays. So I have maybe two of those a week that I do where I have the chance to teach students who are in their trial lessons. So it seems like a lot, but when you get into a routine and you do it every day, it's really not that bad. And in the beginning, it took a little bit of time to get used to waking up that early, but now it's just normal. It's just what I do. And for the extra $1,100 or so a month that I'm making from it, it's enough for me to be able to put in that extra time for me to bring in that extra money for my family. So I hope this was helpful. If you have questions, again, you can just text me or call me. You guys have my contact information. I'm just hoping that doing this will help give people an idea of what to expect when they do their interview for the company, and to pass that initial test lesson that they have to do on their mock lesson or mock class for their demo, for their orientation. So I hope that was helpful, and good luck, and happy teaching. Bye.